will see, but because of that purity, Atma is reflected very well. In that state of mind, in the sattvic state of mind, which is very pure, Atma gets reflected. See, it is like this, that there is a pool of water, and this water is extremely clean, pure. Then what is there at the bottom that you can see clearly, provided the water is clean. Similarly, here the antakarana or the mind is clean, pure, because of the sattvic guna, predominance of that. And so, the nature of Atma, which is Ananda, gets reflected. Gets reflected. But this is due to that there is that vritti, that cognition of the mind that I am happy. Now, this has happened because of that state of the mind, but this person will mistake it to be what? I am happy. Now, this happiness is bound to go very soon because it is a state of mind. And states of mind keep changing. Now, happiness, then unhappiness, then something else, then something else. But not knowing this, this person will think that I am happy and will want to. So, even though it is a state of mind, he will identify with it and think that I am happy. This is different from Atma being happy. Atma's nature is happiness. It is not that. This is the vritti of the mind. And because of identifying with that, he will think that I am happy. Huh? So that becomes binding. Because very soon there will be another vritti, which again will bind him. Sukha sangena badnati plus jnana sangena cha. It also binds with knowledge. Again, there will be this vritti or thought in the mind of knowledge. But what will he think? That I am a knower, I am a thinker, I am a knower. Again, Atma is not knower. It merely illumines. Atma merely illumines, just as this light illumines all of us. Light is not the knower. You understand? Similarly, Atma just illumines. Knowerness is in the intellect. This vritti, when you identify with this thought of knowing, then you take yourself to be a knower. I am a knower. I am an enjoyer, and things like that. So, again, that which is the attribute of the mind is superimposed upon what? Upon the self. So, again, this becomes binding. So, in that way, it binds. But otherwise, sattva is pure, cheerfulness, transparent, all this. Now, we will proceed with the next. When again we will come back to this. Come on. Verse number 7, where Lord is introducing and showing us what rajas is. What is the nature of rajas and how it binds. Okay? Come on. Rajo ragatmakam vidhi Krishna Sanga Samudbhavam Tannibadnati Kaunteya Karma Sangena Dehinam. So Bhagavan says, Rajaha Ragatmakam Vidhi. May you know this another guna, which is that rajas. So this rajas is of the nature of that which colors the mind. Rajas is actually, dust, red dust. Rajas is red colored dust. And if you know sadhus, they used to color their cloth with this red kind of dust, and which is called gerua in Hindi. With that they would color that chalk, with that gerua they would color their cloth and make it orange. So in short, this rajas is of red color. It is a dust, or it is actually a dust. So which means what it means here is that it colors. It colors your mind. In which way does it color? Trishna asanga samudbhavam. What is it born of samudbhavam? What is this rajas born of? It is born of these two things. One is Trishna. Trishna means an intense craving and longing for something. Plus, it is asanga samudbhavam, again intense attachment. When there is rajas in the mind, when the mind is colored by this guna, rajas, then there are these two things. These two are the chief characteristics of rajas. First, it creates longing in the mind, greed in the mind, craving in the mind for something. And second one is it creates attachment because mind is colored. So raga, attachment with people, with things is bound to be there, rajas. Then how does it bind? Naturally. Then nibadhnati kaunteya karma sangena dehinam. And when the mind is colored by attachment, so when the mind is attached to something, say you want to be wealthy, supposing. Now this is your goal. Now it won't come easily. You will have to work hard for it. You will have to execute your desire in terms of action. Only then and then you will be able to achieve your goal. So it makes you work. So rajas makes you work. It attaches you with karma. It automatically binds you with karma because desires are there. You are attached with your people also. You want to fulfill their desires, bring things for them. So all of this will make you work. Karma sangena nibadhnati. It will bind you with action. With what kind of actions? We will see later. But at the moment, we will see that it binds you with selfish actions. Actions behind which there are many desires. I want to get this. I want to get this. I want to reach there. I want to possess this. So all this is rajas. Definitely it makes you work. And ceaseless activity will be there, which we will see in the next verse. But this is how rajas binds this dehinam. Dehinam means one who obtains in the body. This atma who obtains in the body, that is this jiva, is bound in this manner by this guna. It binds you with action. When the mind is colored with what? Ragaha. What is ragaha? Ranjanat ragaha. There is attachment. Mind is already colored. So already there is already adhyasa is there. These are my people. I and mine is very strong here. I and which is this I? Limited I. Bound by a limited body. The perception of I here is the small one, jiva. And so naturally there is again intense inadequacy also. Sense of being limited. So naturally there will be many wants. The lack also, what I lack is prominent in this person's mind. I lack this, I lack this. And lack will not be fulfilled just like that. So that will naturally make you work. There is nothing wrong in this. Let me again repeat that he's merely, whenever we hear all this, a complex is created. We immediately brand ourselves or judge ourselves when these things are being discussed, that I am like this only. Some people feel that whole class was for me. No, it is not that. We are just elaborating or unfolding what Lord Krishna has said. We should not judge ourselves and brand ourselves as ragi or tamasic, nothing like that. Just be open and listen to this. And wherever we need to make some corrections, we do that. We should be honest about it, that here, this is the corner where I need to work upon myself. It is for this reason that Bhagavan is familiarizing ourselves with our own nature, what is going on in our mind. We have come with a certain mind. Past tendencies are there. Tendencies of past birth are there in our minds. So they are there. Now I need to work upon that. Let me see what is there. This needs to go. This needs to come. Whatever is needed to be done, a mumukshu will do, a seeker will do. Okay, so this is rajas. So there will be, as I said, the sense of want is quite intense. I lack in this field, I lack in this matter, and so he naturally is all the while here. Pashikara writes that yoga and kshema is prominent for him. Yoga and kshema. Yoga means what I do not have. That is yoga, meaning of yoga. And kshema here means let me protect what I have. So these are the two chief concerns in our mind. What I do not have, let me achieve that. This is one thing. Another thing is whatever I have, how to protect it. How to protect it. So these are the chief concerns which occupy our mind. And this person is naturally preoccupied with this in yoga and kshema. How to get what I do not have, and how to multiply that. How to multiply that. Plus how to protect what it, plus, because of Trishna, greed, he is not ready to part with anything. So that greed is also there. He wants to aggrandize, he wants to hold on to things. That is why Upanishad, Ishavasya Upanishad says, Ma gridaha kasyas with dhanam. May you not cavil, may you not have the thought that others' things should belong to me. When you see others having many things, then immediately, perhaps, if that want is there within, a thought may arise. I must also have this. See, in corporate world, we see all this. In corporate world, where one company wants to go ahead of the other company. They have enough, but still they are not satisfied. That rat race, competition, intense competition, you find among them. Why? I have this, let me have this. Let me be number one. So these people are very ambitious. Nothing wrong with ambition. But this ambition is such, that there is no end to this. They will not pause to think that where should we draw the line? Where am I going? I have enough, and all my time and energy is getting spent in this. And someone or the other will always be ahead of me. It's never going to happen that I will be number one. But mind is not ready to accept this. Why? Because of this Rajoguna. Now, I will talk about this later. If sattva is predominant, Rajas is backed by sattva. Rajas is predominant, but if the next number is of sattva, then what will happen? That you are ready to share your things. You are ready to reach out to people. So then that selfishness goes and it is replaced by selflessness. Sakamata goes, nishkamata comes. If Rajas is backed by sattva, but if behind Rajas the next number is tamas, then I don't want to part with anything. And even though I cannot see others going ahead in life. Why? Because that shows me what I lack. When others go ahead of me, then my own emptiness or whatever I still need becomes very evident to me. It becomes prominent. So it won't allow me. I will not be able to bless or congratulate others. To congratulate others is not easy. Only a pure hearted person. Formality is okay. Formality we all do. Wish you all the best. But inside, we never know. This is all, things have become very formal. We send a card and things like that. But inside we are watching and we are manipulating and things like that. So that my tender passes and not his. Things like that, So this is because Rajas is prominent. And behind that is tamas, which doesn't allow you to see, which doesn't allow you to accommodate, which doesn't allow that magnanimity of heart. So this is what Rajas is. So then further, come on. And lot of activity. This person is restless. This person is very restless. Is not quiet. Even though he is sitting quiet, outwardly he may appear to be quiet, but inside, lot of scheming, lot of planning, things are going on. How to do this? So very intelligent person. Can plan things, can organize things. All that is there. But the sattva is not that much. And so he is not happy with himself. In spite of having his that discontentment remains, doesn't go. So this is Rajas. Then further. Tamastvajnanajam vidhi. Tamastvajnanajam vidhi. Mohanam sarvadehinam. Pramadalasya nidrabhihi. Tannibadnati bharata. Now Bhagavan is talking about tamas. Tamas tu ajnanajam vidhi bharata. O Bharata. Here Arjuna is addressed as Bharata. And Bhagavan says, O Arjuna, may you know tamas to be nothing but ignorance, darkness. Tamas tu ajnanajam vidhi. Then, let me translate first. And mohanam sarvadehinam. It deludes, it misleads everybody. Everybody. Sarva dehinam. To all the dehis, means to all the jivas are misguided by this tamas. With what? With what are they misguided or deluded? How does tamas work? How does it attack? What is the weapon? What is the weapon of tamas? So, pramad, alasya, nidra. These are the three chief characteristics of tamas. One is pramad. Pramada means, that it doesn't enable you to do that which is most important in life, and keeps you busy and engaged in that which is not that important. For the person, that is important. But Bhagavan here talks about that which is most important in life, the goal of life, knowing the self, having bhakti for Ishvara, and things like that. But this person is merrily indifferent to all this. He's indifferent. And he's not awake to the realities of life. Far from that. So it is called ajnana. And the main thing is pramad. Pramada means what, Pramada means not that you are not doing anything, but you are doing something which is not that important. It may be important to you, but really, what is most important? So the priorities of life are confused. To this person, what is the priority of life? This jantuna narajanma durlabham. This birth is very rare. He's not awake to this. Okay, life is meant for enjoying, merry-go-round. So that becomes important. All the time busy in that. And the main thing is left out. I'll give you a simple day-to-day example. See, early morning sometimes, we wake up, and then early morning, that time the mind is, even for a person in whom tamas is predominant, at least early morning mind is quiet. Because sattva is there everywhere in the atmosphere. So that time is best for meditation, for puja, for taking Ishvara's name. But what he will do, he will not do any of this and sit and read newspaper for 2 hours. Or things like that. Early morning time will be wasted away that time. And then at 12 o'clock, he will sit and do Bhagwan's, if at all. At that time, they are not that fresh. All tired. Time is such, supposing after eating you want to meditate, what will happen? As it is also, meditation is a nice time to doze off. But then when you decide a wrong time, when the state of mind is not correct, that time it doesn't work. But this fellow will do that right in the morning. Right in the morning, other things become important. This is called pramada. Like a student also, he will not study, exams are coming, and he will not study. But what he will go to with friends to watch a movie and things like that. This is now exams are very near. You should give your time to studies, but that doesn't occur. This is pramad. This is pramad. Then alasya. Alasya, very obviously slothfulness, laziness, doesn't want to get up. Getting up and then doing things is very difficult. Something pulls. No. Everything is postponed for tomorrow. We'll do it later. Even daily things, daily routine is also difficult. Cooking is difficult. Laundry is difficult. These are the routine things. That is also difficult. Desires are there. Everything is, he wants everything, but is not ready to get up and work for it. Why? Tamas. Tamas is that kind of guna which doesn't allow him to get up. There is no enthusiasm. As we say, there is no drive in him. No drive at all. Nothing, he doesn't want to do anything. See, this becomes a big obstacle for our daily life also. In daily life, in day-to-day life also, in life if we want to become happy and have a normal life, this is also not possible. Nobody will respect such a person. So, this is how tan nibadnati, this is how this tamo guna binds. As I said, see, understand, ignorance has twofold power. Ignorance, ajnanam, has twofold power. One is avarana and other is vikshepa. I will explain. Avarana means that which completely covers. That which completely covers. And vikshepa is that power of ajnana which makes you project. So in technical words, it is called non-apprehension, avarana, and vikshepa is called misapprehension. For our standard example is that of rope and snake. The object that is lying before me is rope, but I don't see it. That is called avarana. That object is covered from my vision. That is avarana. And not only do I not see the rope correctly, but I mistake it to be snake. This is vikshepa. Similarly, this tamas makes us project. Project what is not there. This is the main power of tamas. If it is dharma, this tamas will make you project that it is adharma. That which is violence, he will think that we should refrain from violence. Where you need to do something, when an action is called for, it is urgent, but no, he will justify it by saying that no, we should spare them, even if they are criminals. You follow? So, this is, everything will be misjudged. Everything. Even in Vyavhara, in our life also, we will not be able to take correct decisions. Everything will be judged in a wrong way. This is what tamas does. So, may you know it to be nothing but born of tamas ajnanaja. May you know it that it is born of nothing but ignorance. Then, this is how Lord Krishna described the three verses. See. Then, how do these gunas execute their effects? How do they execute their effect in us? So, at any given time, in a person, in everyone, all the three gunas are there. But at one time, any one of this may be prominent, and rest two are not that prominent. And what happens? How one becomes prominent and it sidelines the other? That we have to see. So Lord Krishna says in verse number 10. Yeah.
Let's try this one.
Okay.
I may need to adjust that. Yeah.
Yeah. So let us see what happens. So let us read verse number 10. Rajastamascha vibhuya sattvam bhavati bharata rajas sattvam tamaschaiva tamas sattvam rajas tatha. So, as I said, all three are found in everyone. But person is known means not to others, but to our own selves. By any one guna, we are mainly guided by any one of the gunas which is most prominent. So rest of the two are not that prominent, but they are there. Definitely they are there. So when sattva becomes prominent, what does it do? That is shown here. See, rajas tamascha abhibhuya. So the translation is, O Bharata, sattva, when it arises, it overwhelms or overpowers the other two. Tamas and rajas are overpowered by sattva when it becomes prominent. When sattva takes forefront, automatically it pushes back to the back burner. Which one? Rajas and tamas. So what is prominent is sattva. Then when rajas becomes prominent, it pushes behind sattva and tamas. When tamas becomes prominent, it pushes behind sattva and rajas. That is how it shows its effect. So, person's activities are mainly, his state of mind and activities, everything is mainly guided by the prominent guna. Rest of the two are there, but they will not be that powerful to show their effect. Huh? So, this we should see that what is powerful in me, what is in the forefront in me. This is all being this is being described so that we become familiar with our own nature. That now in me what is powerful is tamas. I don't let it overwhelm me. See, this we should do. We should get up. If at the wrong time, if it is say time to sleep, or in the afternoons, I'm just giving you an example. After eating, when you take a nap, that time it is okay, tamas takes over me. And at bedtime, that time it should come. Then it is fine. But if at the wrong time, say early morning, even after having gotten up, I'm not that fresh and again feel like sleeping, it's quite possible that I have not had rest. But when I'm working, going to work and studying, meditating, praying, at that time, if tamas comes, then I should be watchful. I should be alert. Otherwise, that guna will take over and not let me do whatever is to be done. I've said I'm sitting for prayers, and that time also tamas is there. Then that my prayer is not going to have any effect because I'm not in that mood is only not there. Sometimes in class also, when the mood is not there, when we are not that alert, concentration is lacking for studying or anything. Why class? Even in office, even when the meeting is going on, our daily things are to be done. All this can become an obstacle. So we watch out. So now we come to know that now tamas is trying to overpower me. That time I get up, take a cup of coffee, if that is needed, start walking, doing some exercise and things like that, and overpower that tamas by rajas. I overpower that tamas by rajas. Understood? And when rajas becomes very prominent, what do I do? Selfishness is there. I will do this, do that, that. And sometimes, that because of rajas, not only I am outwardly active, but inside also, in my mind also, constantly planning is going on. I will do this, I will do that. Mind is not free for a second. Even while meditating also that will come. So hum will not come. What will be there? What will be how to plan that? Well, because that is prominent. So I must have that much control, that much mastery over myself. I must gain that. That is why this is being taught. I must gain that mastery. That even though this rajas is there, I should know how to silence that. At this time, nothing but prayer. Everything will be done later. But now I'm going to pray. Now only japa. Now only meditation upon the self. Otherwise, even that time it will not allow you to meditate upon the self, but meditate on how I will carry out that program. It happens with everyone. Because that is what has crowded the mind. So that mastery, as I said, your mind has to become your friend and listen to you. Not that I listen to the mind, but mind has to listen to me. Otherwise, time is wasted, opportunity is gone. So, this is how you work with your gunas. Do not let gunas overpower you, but you handle them. You handle them. That is the whole idea. Bhagwan is giving this for that you can program yourself. Don't let them take over. Be watchful, be alert, be vigilant, and do whatever needs to be done. If some kinds of thoughts are coming, which are not that, you know, which should not come, suppose say, then we should be ready to remove them there and then. Otherwise, they will take hold of you. So this much we can do all this. That is why Lord Krishna is talking about it. And not for branding ourselves or judging ourselves as well as others also. We will judge, oh, he is very tamasic. This fellow is very sattvic. This fellow is... No, it is not for that. But this is for knowing myself and working with myself. Mainly to work with myself. I should have some guidelines from where to begin. How to work with this problem. So, for that this is being told. Okay. Now Bhagwan is talking to us about that also. See. When do I know that at a given time there is sattva in me, or rajas has become prominent, or tamas has become prominent? How do I know this? What are the signs? What are the signs for that? So Bhagwan is kind enough to show that also. So see, in verse number 11. Sarvadvareshu devesmin prakasha upajayate jnanai yada tada vidyat vivrittam sattvamityuta. See, Bhagwan says, Sarva Dvareshu Dehe Asmin. Asmin Dehe Sarva Dvareshu Yada Prakashaha Upajayate. Bhagwan says, Asmin Dehe, in this body, when in all the gates, when Prakashaha Upajayate. Prakasha means there is light, not the literal light. It is not that literal light will occur. But Prakasha means, I will tell you. When Prakasha means the nobility about it. I will talk to you about this. When Prakasha Upajayate, when there is light in all the gates, which means in all the sense organs and also the mind. Sense organs are the gates. Through ears, sound is entering inside. Through eyes, form and color is entering. Through this nose, smell is entering. When there is light, then may you know that now sattva jnanam tada vidyat vivruddham. May you know that at this time now, jnanam, sattva in the form of jnana. Sattva in the form of knowledge has become prominent in me. Sattva is arising in me. When in all the sense organs, see, sense organs are the gates, outer gates, and the mind is the inner gate. See, in a house, we find the outside gates are also there. And for the inner, and for the bedroom, for the study room also, there will be a gate. Gate means a door. So there is door in the front also, back also, and inside also. Doors are there to each and every room. Similarly, here in this body, there are gates which are outside, which are the sense organs, all of them. They are the gates through which outside world, outside stimula is entering inside. And mind is also a gate in which thoughts come. Different kinds of thoughts and ideas are entering. But when you find that all of this are, prakasha, means full of light, in the sense that auspicious ideas, best of the ideas. See, when I open my eyes, that is why this prayer is there in Vedic prayer. Bhadrang karne bihi shrunuyama devaha. Before studying, what do we pray? That, oh Ishvara, may best of the may I listen to the best of the sounds and words through my ears. I see the best of the forms through my eyes. And what is best, that we now have to decide. So when through eyes, when I see the world, then I be with the Ishwar Srishti, which means I see the world as it is. See, there are two kinds of creations. One is the creation which Ishvara has made, right? Other one is I superimpose upon that and look upon it in a different way. For instance, Ishvara has made this person. But what do I call this person? My enemy or my friend. This will be Jiva Shrishti. Means I superimpose upon that which is created by Ishvara. Like Ganges. Ganges is for some people just a river. But for me it will be mother. This is also Jiva Shrishti. This person, this form is there. Some people, for some people it will be just something created by nature. But for this person it will have a different significance. So there are two things. One is what is created by Ishvara, and the other one is I myself superimpose things upon it and look upon it as different. I call it mine. How does this thing become mine? It is created by Ishvara, but I claim ownership upon that. That is called Jiva Shrishti. So here it says that when through all the sense organs, I see nothing but divinity. And I see nothing but divinity. I don't have a thought to accumulate it, to make it my own, but enjoy it as it is. This is Ishvara's creation, enjoy it. I need not make it my own. See, sometimes we have pleasure only when a thing becomes my own. Until then, I don't enjoy it. When a flower is there outside, it doesn't much, it's okay. But the moment I see, I want to have it in my room. Only then I can enjoy. This kind of things, So, when through my eyes, through my ears, I see only divinity. Isha Vasyam Idam Sarvam. As Upanishad says, everything, the entire creation, may you look upon the entire creation as nothing but Ishvara. This will be Satvikta. When can we see Ishvara? When can we see Ishvara? When my mind is purely Sattvic. Only then and then. Otherwise, we are either indifferent to certain things, or for certain things we have intense attachment, or hatred, or jealousy, or anger, or this kind of things. But when Satvikta is there, I am able to even forgive a person. I am able to love anyone. I am to whether person is regardless of caste or creed or anything. There is love, there is care, There is forgiveness for everyone. So values are possible, value structure will be correct, devotion will be there, karma yoga is also there. All this is possible only when sattvika is there. Sattva is there. It is sattva which enables me to have all this. When the mind is pure, otherwise values are not possible. Values means what? Non-violence, love, forgiving. When can I do this? Only when the mind is dominated by sattva. Otherwise, we will always count. How much did he give me? How much he took away from me? Where does my benefit lie? We will always place ourselves first, our benefit first. So that will be all rajas. But sattvic person, even if he doesn't have food or has just one bread, and if somebody comes, he will be ready to part with it. Okay, you take it. You are more hungry. They will be able to see Ishvara in everyone. This is possible only when sattva is there. Sattva is not that simple. But when sattva is there, you are close to Ishvara. You are one with Ishvara's creation. So real progress, real growth begins with sattva. You see the world as it is, and not only you see the world as it is, but you are in harmony with creation. When is karma yoga possible? Tell me. Bhagavan says you offer your actions at the altar of the totality. You don't do it just for yourself, but offer it with devotion to the totality. When is it possible? When I keep my ego behind, more of Ishvara, less of I, less of ego. When will I be ready to do that? When sattva is there. First of all, with sattva comes shraddha. Shraddha is not that easy. Shraddha means I am ready to believe that Ishvara is, this creation is nothing but Ishvara. Here, everywhere, everything is planned by Ishvara. There is an order. Otherwise, we will question everything. Mind, tries to reason. No, this cannot be possible. How can this thing be Ishvara? How, if Ishvara is there, how can these things happen? Why if some people are happy, some people are unhappy? Why this partiality? Mind keeps on questioning. That bent of mind is there. Mind is oriented to reason. Not easy for them to, the Shastra will be absorbed when sattva is there. Your mind becomes like that, what do you call that? No, which absorbs, sponge. Mind becomes like a sponge. It absorbs what the Shastra is saying. When the teaching is being unfolded, then you are just one with that. Because Shraddha is there. Because Viveka is there. Because Vairagya is there. Shamadhi Shatka Sampatti. All this is possible only when sattva is there. Or in a mind where rajas is there but is backed by sattva. Then only this is possible. So in all the gates, through all the gates, the outer gates as well as the inner one, in each of this there is nothing but light, which means divinity. Bhagavan says in Shiva Mahimna, everything, let the whole world become a place for me to do pradakshina. For things like that, everything is offered to Ishvara. Nothing becomes an obstacle. So this is possible when sattva is there. If somebody comes before me, as Swamiji likes to say this very much, that there are two kinds of person. There is one person who will who's seeing a person, his thought will be, how should I help him? How should I help him? And in other person's mind, there will be the thought that, how should I use him? How should I exploit him? So we will ask, and if he can be of help to me, and for other persons, for sattvic person, how will I help him? See, these things are there. This is a blessing, huh? By the way, this is blessing. Ishvara's grace. If you already have this kind of nature, understand you are blessed one. Not simple. To be noble, to be divine, to have Shraddha, to be a simple, straightforward person where there is alignment between head and words and deeds, it's a big blessing. Otherwise, lot of angularities, manipulation, and things like that. Don't condemn your mind if it doesn't have all this, but make it like this. This life is meant for this. Sattva is the gate through gate for knowledge. Without sattva, knowledge will not come. Neither knowledge nor means for knowledge. Karma yoga, bhakti, japa, things like that, values, all of this will not come unless your mind is sattvic. And once you, even if you don't like it, even if there is pressure to go against them, but if you force yourself to follow values, then you are paving the path for sattva, paving the path for sattva to come. See, this is what it is. So, sattva is the real growth. This guna is very important. So, Bhagavan says, this is how you know that now sattva has arisen in me. When the mind is all ready to take Ishvara's name, you just begins to utter, begins to sing a bhajan. Understand the right bent of mind is there. Utilize that. Utilize it. Sit down. Think of Ishvara. Start doing the satsanga or abhyasa of the shastras. You can do, and you will, it will just reveal to you. The words of shastras will just reveal. To sattvic person, lot of effort is not required. It is like, as I said, when the combustible substance is there, and you just have to light the fire, and it flares up. Like this, sattvic mind is ready. Sattvic mind, Nachiketa, climax of sattva. Climax, He was just told once. In fact, his desire for knowledge was so much that even after repeated attempts by Yamaraja to tempt him for other things, he was not even for a second tempted. On the contrary, he took Yamaraja to task. He took only one Shishya. He took Yamaraja to task. He says, if you want to give me only this kind of things, you better keep it. I'm going. I'm going. Tavaiva vahas tavan nritya geete. Bhagwan, Yamaraja offered him the dance of the damsels and things like that, all that. He said, you keep it. You keep it to yourself. If you want to give me, give knowledge. Otherwise, I am going. Absolutely correct. Absolutely clear with what he wants. This is sattvita. Nothing but climax of sattva. So when this is there, it becomes the responsibility of Ishvara to come to you and give you what is necessary. It is his responsibility because he also wants eligibility. When that is there in full measure, nothing is going to stop you. Understand, nothing but nothing can stop you from gaining knowledge. Really. So prepare yourself. When you prepare yourself, things are bound to come. There is that provision in this creation. Bhagavan is everywhere. Bhagavan Ishvara is everywhere. We prepare ourselves to see. We tune up. Understand? Tuning up. We need to tune up our heart, our mind, our sense organs. It is everywhere. Some may go to the temple and get absorbed. And some may find, why this dirt over here? Why this is not clean? Why that is not clean? You are not a sanitary inspector. You have come to the temple to look at Lord. But there also you can't, provided mind is not ready. Even though such a beautiful idol is there, you keep questioning, how can idol be Ishvara? How can it be? Arey, this is our bhavana. This is our bhavana. But this is possible for sattvic person. Otherwise, constantly tarka. Kadopnishads clearly says, Naisha tarkena matihi apane. All the while questioning and reasoning, how can it be? How can? Arey, first you believe, give benefit of doubt. Shastras don't want to mislead you, they are there for your welfare. But this won't occur. This won't occur. So, in short, this is, we come to know when the mind, doesn't want anything. No, I don't. Let me sit. Let me go to temple. Let me study. Let me find, even if I'm busy, I will find time for this. Where there is a will, there is a way. No excuses then come in your way. You find. And when that strong will is there, that sattva is there, as I said, Bhagavan makes provision. When he fulfills other desires, why not this one? So this is sattva. Now we will talk about the signs of rajas and tamas. When they become prominent, what happens in me? Those signs are also now given for rajas and tamas. We will see that in the next class. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri